that story with you today for those of you who may not have been there. And we want to thank George for all the time and commitment he's made not only to this project, but helping us all understand what happened to Japanese American citizens during this time. So help me welcome George Takei.
Thank you very much. This is the third time that I've been back here since I left as a boy. The first time I came here with a lot of memories welling up in my mind and trying to validate that. There were pools of water out here. A barbed wire fence was right around here, and there was a roadway and a ditch there. And I used to catch pollywogs in that ditch and watch them sprout legs and magically turn into frogs. And beyond the barbed wire fence, there were pools of water and trees growing out of them. And so in 2004, when I came back here, I wanted to remember whether those were real or not. When I got here, it was all gone. There was no swampy area at all. The land had been all drained and the trees had been cut down, and it was miles and miles of ripe cotton growing. It was cotton fields. And the second time I came back was last year when I had the unique privilege of working with the Little Rock Symphony Orchestra, narrating a Schoenberg piece. And I wanted to extend that visit again to come back here to Rohwer. And I expected to see miles and miles of cotton fields, but they were all gone. It was just plain dirt because it was wintertime. I think it was February. And so it was a totally different place from what I had expected to see. And this third visit has been profoundly moving and heartwarming. All of you are here, and this site, where I spent a small portion of my life, I'm 75 years old, and I was here when I was 5 and 6, so it's a very, very small portion of that 75 years. But it has been the most defining experience in my life, and it's my incarceration here and in the other internment camp that has made me such an active participant in our democracy. And it is so gratifying to come back here and see all of you here who have worked to make this a hallowed ground for America, and certainly for me. And the most important and moving piece of this land here is that cemetery. Because in the middle of that cemetery is a crumbling monument which will very soon be restored. It's a concrete monument that bears the names of a lot of Japanese American men's names. And it's followed by the year that they passed and the place where they died. They were young men who went from imprisonment here in this camp, internment camp, to fight for this country, a country that was imprisoning us and taking all our rights away, including the word citizen. And now they wanted us to serve in the military. And they indeed did serve with amazing, incredible heroism. They fought with unbelievable courage and indeed incredible patriotism. And they sustained the highest combat casualty rate of any unit of its size. They fought in some of the most impossible battles. The Gothic Line was one of the last strongholds of the Nazis. They were buried into this rock mountainside, and they had been, the Allied forces had been doing battle for a half a year, 6 months. Many units had fought and not remove the Nazi forces. The 442nd was called in to make that last push. It was an impregnable fortress buried in that rocky mountainside. The 442nd decided to do what was never done in any of the other assaults. The backside of that mountain was a sheer, rocky cliff, about 400 feet drop. The Nazis didn't expect an attack from that area. The men of the 442nd decided to do the impossible, to scale that sheer cliff and attack from that side. And on a moonless night, in full combat gear, they began scaling that rocky cliff. And in the darkness, a few men lost their footing or their grip and fell to their death in the ravine below. They all fell silently. Not a single man cried out. The others kept climbing. And at the first light of day, the men of the 442nd attacked. They took the hill and broke the Gothic line. A 6-month stalemate was broken by the men of the 442nd in 32 minutes. An amazing achievement. A few of those men who perished in that battle are on that list here in the cemetery. They fought for this country with unbelievable heroism. And their patriotism was beyond American patriotism. They fought to prove their Americanism. They had to prove their Americanism. And they didn't just fight for Mom's apple pie, as almost all the others did. They fought to get Mom out of imprisonment. They are true, exemplary American heroes. And I look forward to my 4th visit here when I see that monument restored as it should be. And that monument understood not only by the people of McGee or the people of Takei County, but all Americans. I hope that they travel from throughout this country here to Takei County to visit this cemetery and this monument, because it is a hallowed American monument of American patriots. So many people worked to make this happen, this actual site. I was told that the barrack that I lived in, Block 6, Barrack 2, Unit F, was right around there, and they placed this platform here to signify that, and I feel very honored by that. We were near the barbed wire fence. I was here very briefly, just about a year, but my heart and my Americanism lies here. And I thank you all for what you've done to make this an important American landmark. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.